Okay. Let's do it. Got a little bit of time, so let's make good use of it. Got some things to talk about. We should be able to do a little bit of mapping today. A little bit. We've got some stuff to look at, but first things first, we gotta go over our build. We gotta find a. Do we have like an easily accessible boss? Yes, we have the seepage. Seepage might be just the ticket, because I do want to keep. I want to practice my bossing stuff. Map blasting should be pretty good, but basically, I think just to double check while I'm on my actual computer, I've been thinking about this, but I think when we fight a boss, I think what I want to do is this. We'll come down to Stampede. First of all, we'll switch my buffs and all this stuff like we usually do. We'll go to Stampede and we'll put Earth Shatter in for Stampede. We can put Aftershock. We don't really need it, but let's see. We'll put Splinter. We'll go to Hammer of the Gods. Yeah, okay, that's cool. So Splinter goes on Hammer of the Gods instead of Fist of War, I think, right? And we want AoE. We would want Font of Rage. And then we can put one more thing on there if we happen to care, which I don't think we necessarily do. Because we're using this as like an opener, right? So we would sit here and do this. Just give me some Fonts of Rage. Just stack up some rage before the boss fight. And then we would just detonate them. Just for some rage for the boss fight, basically. And I think that would be fine. And then we are putting Splinter in Hammer of the Gods. Sunder stays the same. Oh, well, Sunder, actually.
Tempered by flame.
Sunder could probably have the bleeding support instead of the flame one for that situation. Right, so it's a couple different things to change out, but I think it'll be okay. If we really wanted to go ham and like focus really on doing good boss damage. Wait, no, I don't think actually we do that at all, no. Because Sunder, we still want Sunder to do a bleed, so no, we don't actually do this at all for anything. Nope, that doesn't go in anything. Okay, that's cool. That's chillin'. I would like to make Sunder do more physical damage if possible. Tremors is an option, but I don't really like Tremors that much. Like, not really. I think I just want it to hit hard. And that would be cool. What we could do is we could have Aftershock in Sunder, though, for boss fighting. Instead of Fire Infusion, we could put Aftershock in Sunder. That'd be pretty cool. Right. Then Earth Shatter. We keep Upheaval in this one. Let's see. Is there anything else we want to do in Earth Shatter? Maybe like stun build up, maybe? What would we put in Leap? Against bosses only, we could put something else in Leap. Oh, that's not even, yeah. Put Rage in there? I really don't auto-attack bosses that much is the thing. We could do like Cull. So this would be like what I do for against bosses, I guess. Is this right here? Not enough spirit. You out of your mind? Oh. There. So this is the bossing one. And then for mapping, we would go back to this. Fire Infusion. No. Fire Infusion for Sunder. Aftershock for Stampede. Splinter. Armor Explosion. Break Endurance with extra AoE. And then Hammer of the Gods goes back to having Fist of War. And then Overpower can go back into Leap Slam, but I kind of like Leap Slam having Rage. I think Overpower can go back into Seismic, really. Then this just chills with Font of Rage. Then we go back into Herald of Ash. And Font of Rage just sort of chills here on Earth Shatter. Does that seem about right? I think so. Happy New Year, guys. I'm just doing a little bit of configurating before we
I'm not strong enough.
go send it. I think what I'm gonna do is this. I think I'm literally just not even gonna have another weapon equipped. Because I don't think I ever need to swap into my other setup in like a normal map situation. Like, not really. Not really. All these weapons require some strength. Like, I almost don't even want to have a weapon swap available to me in a map situation. It's just when I fight a boss, what I'll do is I'll just do this. And I'll just keep everything the same. I didn't really notice. This chest piece looks sick. Yeah. Yeah, so whenever I go to fight a boss, I'll just do that. Because now my weapon set is allowing me to brawl either way. Oops. Yeah. I think that's my favorite thing to do. That'll be good. That'll be good. Good. I don't think I'm gonna sell these weapons, but I don't think I even really want to have them on my back. It looks kind of cool to have it on your back, though. But I think I'd rather just do this. Before the boss, I'll just do like a quick respec, right? Weapon set 2. Switch back to 1. Yeah. Cool. Alright. And then I'll just configure my stuff differently. I think that's the plan. Okay. Good. Good. Are you guys trying to find the exclamation mark build on YouTube? Yeah, it's definitely not updated. I might have to find a way to fix that on my Stream Elements bot on YouTube. Okay. I think we're good to go, though. I think we're good to start the build update number, what, 16? Jeez Louise, what a journey it's been. I told you guys yesterday that this next build update was going to feature some pretty serious changes, and it has. Across the board. But this is a sort of big step into my endgame setup, where we were doing a lot of mapping and farming, and the biggest bosses we were fighting were mostly just kind of like map bosses, maybe a couple bosses here and there, like I did like an expedition boss. But now we're actually getting into like fighting some like bigger citadel bosses, fighting some breach bosses, which I'll post some videos of. But I want to show you guys what I was thinking for endgame sort of single target damage scaling, and I was thinking I would either go into like a fire ignite kind of thing or go into a bleed kind of thing, and I was leaning towards bleed, and that's what I decided to do. I like the physical damage, I like bleed stuff, and I like the fact that I can continue to have physical damage leached as life as part of my defensive layers. So let's show you what I'm cooking with. Another thing we did is also set up a weapon swap to allow me to do that bleed. So right off the bat, for bossing, I took off crushing impacts in favor of more life. My life has increased a ton. We increased my life by about 2,000, and one of the things we did to do that was get Mysterious Lineage. We're still rocking with Hulking Form. I love Hulking Form. It's like the coolest thing. I don't know if, I mean, no other Ascendancy is going to be as good, I think, because of Hulking Form. Colossal Capacity is fun. It gives you a little extra bag. People ask about that all the time. And then we have a chance to cause Aftershocks, which are just nice. It also has more AoE, which is cool. This gives you more strength. This gives you a little bit of life regen, which is nice. So coming out of the front, we like stripped all of this out of the build. Like this stuff right here. One of the main things we did was we kind of said armor is one of those things that a lot of people have been saying is not great. And I'm experimenting with that idea where we're not max block capped, which is fine. We have 50% block, and we only really have about 50% armor. So we are not reducing physical damage by all that much anymore. But it may not have been that big of a deal. The way armor works is it reduces small hits by a lot and then big hits by not as much. So the things that are scary to me are not really the small hits in maps. The things that are scary to me are the big blasts that bosses do. And those might one-shot you anyway if you don't get out of it. We learned that the hard way against one of the breach bosses. He just kind of was, I'll show it to you. But he, like, the encounter began and he just went like this, and I was like, what is he doing? Is he standing there? Is this still part of the RP? But he was channeling a big overhead slam that I couldn't see. And the little hand comes down, boosh, blasts you. But it only really shows the hand like 0.5 seconds before it hits you, so we lost our first breach that way. But we came back and killed him, so I'll show that to you guys on the YouTubes. But anyway, you need to dodge the one-shots, and the little mobs aren't that scary. So we're primarily having our defense just be a big health pool right now, and just being kind of tanky with max resists. But we'll keep going. We'll show that to you. But anyway, we're just going up through the top. It doesn't really matter. I guess if I wanted to, we could go through the armor, but nah. We're going up through the top, just going through the strength, just to try to get to the next areas as fast as possible. I'm gonna go through my main tree first, I guess. The main tree is involving two-handed weapon damage with stun buildup and reduced attack speed, but whatever. My second spec, my mapping spec, basically involves the extra AoE stuff too. Come down here for some strength. I might not need this strength now, so I probably could respec this into something else, actually. I do want to have at least beef, but I may not need the second point of strength because I was involving a weapon swap that needed more strength, but now that I don't do that anymore, I can move it. But it's giving me health, so it's not the worst thing in the world, but I will have to consider that. If you're using a big two-handed weapon, you're going to want this anyway. But we go through the strength. One of these strength nodes can go. Don't worry about that right now. I'm just sort of noticing that now. And we're going down into heat proofing. I don't do a lot of armor stuff right now, but we still like having our armor apply to fire damage taken from hits. It's just awfully nice. It's awfully nice. And this is about where things used to end, right? But now we are going into all this travel, and it's actually intelligence, which allows me to wear a new chest piece that I had. A little bit of intelligence, then some more strength, getting our jewel socket. You cannot have a jewel socket be part of a weapon swap, like skill tree. So we had to go all the way through here. To get just a little bit of things here, mostly just to travel more quickly. But we needed access to this bleed wheel. But anyway, we're going through here to grab all of this, and then we're picking up another jewel socket down here with polymathy. Now, polymathy is not something I needed for my weapon, but it is something that I find very useful for my chest piece. Now, I could look into this and see if I would be able to get by without these attributes. But my chest piece requires dexterity and intelligence, of which I had like none before. So we went ahead and got down into polymathy, which eventually could help us equip another two-handed weapon if we get a good one, which would be fine. If having the build here is already useful. That's all we needed for right now. We didn't go for any of the reduced attribute stuff because we just don't need that. But it is nice to have the extra stats, I suppose, and it's because it helps you put on gear, which is a big gain. A new weapon would be insane, and this chest piece that we have is insane. I guess while we're here, my single target boss fighting spec, this is where some of the bleed comes in, right? So we took this whole bleed wheel. A bunch of chance to inflict bleeding down through the middle, and then a magnitude of bleeding, so just how powerful your bleed is, and then bleed duration, and then 2 different ways to aggravate bleed. Attack hits aggravate any bleeding on the target, which is older than 4 seconds, which is good. We get a little bit of aggravation at the end of the bleed at least. And then a 10% chance to aggravate bleeding on targets you hit with attacks. So this aggravates the bleed at the end of the bleed. If it hasn't aggravated yet, this has a small chance to aggravate during the bleed. Aggravated bleeding just makes it do double damage, basically. So pretty big. Then I have just one little weird bleed node here. Not necessarily a big fan of this, but what I could do is I could unspec out of this strength here, and then we could put more bleed stuff, which would be kind of neat, kind of cool, just for more chance to bleed. Then we also have chance to bleed here into a, well, they also are empowering or making more damage on empowered attacks or increased damage. Those are different, by the way. But another chance to aggravate when you hit with empowered attacks, which is pretty cool. So that helps with our big one-shot combo burst. It's extra bleed here. And then I guess this almost just finishes off our bleed stuff, so I may as well talk about it here. We pop over here to grab reduced attack damage and increased attack damage and reduced attack speed for a couple nodes. But then you get ailments, right? So magnitude of ailments, so it's more bleed. And then you also have magnitude of ailments and duration. So I want more duration on my bleed so that you can get that guaranteed aggravate if you hit the enemy once the bleed's been on them for a little while. Because that's going to make that thing really hurt. Now we have 2 little break-offs here. We grab this stuff for the increased damage on empowered attacks, where Warcry's empowered additional attack, which is awesome. Grab another jewel socket. I do really like the aftershock stuff, so we have more aftershock here. There's another 22% chance to aftershock, plus the 20% here, which means that all the slams I do have like a 40% chance to aftershock, which is cool. And it also makes my Stampede have like a 95% chance to aftershock, right? Something like that. Anyway, or is it, what is it? 90 something, yeah. 97% chance to aftershock, I think, which is insane. Now we have all the strength and reduced mana. We don't even have mana, so we don't care. And then we get damage per strength, which is cool, especially because we are stacking quite a bit of it. 2, make use of Giant's Blood. You can equip 2-handed maces and axes and swords when they come in one hand, so you can either dual wield them or use them with a shield, which is what I'm doing. But it does triple the attribute requirements of weapons, so you need a lot of strength to hold those maces. Then we also go into all the max res being a huge element of our defenses, right? This also gives you 2% maximum fire res for each 40 uncapped fire res. That just means the total res that you have. So we have 121 resistance, so we're getting plus 6 max fire res, which is awesome. So all my resists are like 85%, which is really nice. That's a big deal. Max resist is an excellent layer of defense. Again, my layers of defense now are like a little bit of block, a little bit of armor, but big max res and big HP. So that's kind of what we're doing right now for my defense. Another little jewel socket. To talk about what's in my jewel sockets. Jewel sockets for me are like block chance and bleed is the main thing. Block chance and bleed. Pretty dang nice. This one's kind of cool, right? Block chance, bleed, bleeding duration. So I want block chance and bleed in the reds. I want maximum cold resistance in the blues, and then damage taken recouped as life is cool, and increased AoE is cool. They are kind of like caster jewels, so you have some other stuff that's I don't really want on there, but max cold res and recoup and increased AoE are great on those. If you were going to get green gems for lightning resist, I like attack speed, and like, I don't know, there's some other cool stuff too, but max lightning res and attack speed and maybe accuracy if you need it. Another blue jewel, another red jewel. Red jewels also have, at least one of these needs to have like rage on melee hit. And I think I only have one right now. But 1 rage on melee hit, and then 2 rage when hit by an enemy. It would be fine if it was like block, bleed, and 1 rage on melee hit would be fine, but these are kind of my old jewels. But I want block on there. I have Anointed for Titanic on my necklace. Gives me stun buildup, stun threshold, and strength. And another blue jewel for more cold res. And now for my my sort of mapping AoE build, right? We have this stuff. This is where all the AoE comes in. Increased AoE and AoE damage. Aftershock AoE. AoE once you've stunned an enemy, and then you have all this stuff, just increased AoE into more AoE if you stunned recently, and just more area effect for attacks. And then stun buildup and area of attack damage is nice, just because it's like right here. It's really good to have that. Now this area right here is pretty neat. This is where we use our Against the Darkness Time Lost Diamond, where we get 1% increased max life for all of these little nodes, which is a lot of them, right? And then you also get +1 maximum lightning resistance for all these notables, right? Which we have a couple of those too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So kind of a lot. Pretty nice. And then we have a bunch of max life too from these little nodes. And I could even put more max life here if I wanted to. And I might at some point. We will see. We do have a lot of life at the moment, but more life is good. We're also using Blood Magic, where it removes all my mana, and skill mana costs are converted to life costs. But what I'm getting out of all this is these are all 3 of the max reses to get there, and then in the middle you have all res and +1 max res. And then you have more of this. This node is Rage on hit, and then you also get armor is granting you, Rage is granting you 1% increased armor. This one over here is armor when you get hit recently, and then attack speed when you get hit recently, which is pretty cool. And this one is just like generic damage, but it gives you, 4% or 3% life plus heli res. And this one is AoE on the top with AoE if you've killed recently, AoE just damage in general, and then I even take this one for the close range damage, which is kind of nice. Again, like if I wanted to, I could take out this strength and put it in here if I just wanted more of that, but I'm gonna figure out what I want to do with this strength, because I can take one node off. I still think you want beef, but we could take one node off if we wanted to, but it's probably fine the way it is anyway. But more damage, something else would probably be pretty worthwhile. I'll think about that. It's kind of always fun to have points to play around with, but that's what I'm doing with my talent tree right now. That's where we're at. And what I'm planning to do next is just figure out where little 1-point wonders can go. We could even, if we could find 3 points, we could go back to Skull Crusher, which would be kind of fun, but we'll see. We'll see. We got options. Even then 3 points here would also be fun for my other spec. This is just so much. It's reduced attack speed, but it's just so much stun build up and attack damage. It's crazy. Crazy. But okay. That's what we're doing with that. Now my skills have changed a little bit too. I went ahead and bought a bunch of perfect jeweler orbs to make my big 3 attacks that much better. I don't use Stampede against bosses, but that's okay. So, Mace Strike, I mean, I need to just even find things to put into Mace Strike right now. I don't really use this, but when I do use it, if it stuns enemies and leeches from them and culls them, that's fine. I can find some other gems in there that might do something, but I don't really use it that much. Punch, I definitely don't use Punch. This is a gem holder. So for Seismic Cry, I have Seismic Cry being, that's the shout that when you Seismic Cry on a stunned enemy, it gives you guaranteed aftershocks, which is 6, so I have that giving me Rage, because I really only ever use this on like strong enemies. But you can also, it doesn't go on cooldown until you use it on a stunned enemy. So you can use that to inflict daze on like big mobs, so you can stun them more easily. I also have it costing less. Infernal Cry, I pretty much use this to just do more damage. So that's what it does. I use it to empower my skills to do more damage, and then I also make it consume rage to make those empowered skills do more damage, and I have it on a shorter cooldown, because I like to use this one frequently. It's pretty cool. 6k health, I'm gonna show you. How do we do that? I'll show you. Leap Slam, I have it giving me a heal over time effect. Consecrated Ground is like 5% of your max life per second, so that's kind of a lot. I have it giving me Rage right now. You could use something else here, like Stun or whatever, but Rage is fine. I have it being a faster attack, so that like if you're in an AoE and you need to get out of it, you can kind of get out of it a little bit more quickly. And then I have it giving me Momentum. After you're moving at least 2 meters, it does more damage. I don't really use Leap Slam as a damaging skill, but you frequently move more than 2 meters, and so you may as well just go ahead and let it rip, you know? A little bit more damage with it. So now that I'm not using Crushing Blow anymore, because I'm using the life thing, in my Ascendancy, we can put Bone Shatter back in the build. I also got a new necklace, which made it so I was able to equip the new chest piece, but as a result, I lost Spirit. So I'm not using as many auras, so I can put Bone Shatter back in, which is really cool, actually, because I like Bone Shatter. Now, I'm giving Bone Shatter Devastate, when skills fully break armor, when they afflict a heavy stun, which is sick. I have it doing the low health thing, so it does way more damage on low health enemies. You can just Bone Shatter things that are low and they'll die, whether they're stunned or not. Close combat, so enemies close to you deal more. You deal more damage to them. It's a melee attack, so frequently the enemies are close to you. This could also be some other sort of damage thing, but this is good for this one. And And then impact shockwave, so you'll see enemies exploding when you hit them into a big shockwave, which can just wipe entire packs or screens sometimes, because we have a lot of AoE. So I like having Bone Shatter back in the build. I'm excited about that. You'll notice that my skills are all unleveled, though, because they're level 19 again, because I don't have the plus skills for my amulet, but I'll show you what happened with my gear. I think it's overall worth, though. I love Time of Need. I could use, like, Scavenge Plating while mapping and Time of Need against bosses, but I like Time of Need. I have that doing the fast forward thing, so it procs its little cleanse and heal effect more frequently. I have it giving me a passive 1% life regen with Vitality, and during maps I have it giving me 4% of life recovered while when we kill an enemy. Against bosses, I'll socket it with Herbalism, though. I'll talk about my boss setup in a second versus normal setup. I guess this is my mapping setup here. We'll put Herbalism against bosses. I also use Herald of Ash in maps. We need to get a level 19 skill for this, don't we? This just gives you the sort of the ignite explosion when you overkill a mob. That's trophy behind me? Yeah, this is from competition, yeah. Exclamation mark comp in the chat, I'll link it for you. You can check it out. Sorry, we're not doing a lot of Q&A right now. I know I'm not reading chat. We're just blasting our build update. But welcome, guys. So for Sunder is kind of like a stronger mob killing attack. We have it upheavaling, so it splits into multiple shockwaves, but the shockwaves do shotgun. So you can hit enemies with multiple shockwaves, like big bosses get hit with all three of these. So it deals 40% less damage. So, but if you're hitting with 3 shockwaves, right, you're doing 180% damage. So that's kind of how I think about it, right? It's got to be good. It's got to be good. If that's not how it works, then I would probably unsocket this for something else. But I think that's how it works. I'm using this with Rage Forged, so supported skills consume Rage to deal more damage, if possible. I'm giving it less AoE to do more damage, but it still does a lot of AoE, which is nice. Still goes pretty far. Right now, I'm doing Fire Infusion with it. I just don't really have any other good gems to make it do more damage, I don't think, so I'm just chucking Fire Infusion in it for now. And that's fine. But since we put another socket on it, we're using Super Critical, which is pretty cool. I have enough intelligence now, because I had to get intelligence to wear my chest piece, that we can socket more intelligence jewels in, which is pretty cool. Or gems. So this gives it a 100% increased critical damage bonus, but has a 20% less critical hit chance. Sunder has a guaranteed crit against enemies with fully broken armor, and it already has a 100% increased critical damage bonus. So this is just pretty much free gains, right? It's gonna do a, what, 200% increased critical damage hit, and I would imagine, I mean, I think that scales, right? Hope so. But there is no like drawback, because it always will crit no matter what. Then I have it just doing fire damage, which is fine. As long as the crit damage isn't set, I mean, which wouldn't make any sense. So anyway, that should be sick with Sunder against fully armor broken targets. So Hammer of the Gods, I have that with just as much damage as I can get on it, basically. Have it doing Heavy Swing. I have it doing Heft for more physical damage. I have it doing Brutality for more physical damage. No elemental damage, that's fine. We have it having a 50% chance to bleed on its own, but then when we swap into our boss killing set, it has a 106% chance to bleed, so it always bleeds. So you're hitting an enemy with a gigantic attack, and then it procs a gigantic bleed, which is awesome. And then for maps, I have it just with Fist of War for a little bit more AoE and more damage when it lands. And then for Stampede, we are doing Aftershocks, which gives it, again, like I said, like a 97% chance to Aftershock. It'll like always Aftershock, basically. Maybe every once in a while it won't. But that's troll. So just blasting mobs with this. And you are splintering their armor this time, so instead of using the Devastate to stun them and break their armor, we are breaking their armor just off of doing damage, but it still works. You're breaking their armor equal to 50% of the damage dealt by the supported skill, and then when you do break their armor, it does like an explosion, which is a great AoE in combination with how much AoE this does already. We're giving it more AoE, by the way, and we're also, with our 6th slot, making it give us a 20% chance to get an endurance charge when supported skills fully break enemy armor. So, when we're stampeding around the map, we are breaking armor and having a 20% chance to give an endurance charge. And endurance charges, all they do, really, is give us more uses of our empowered skills when we Warcry. But that's great. If I get 3 endurance charges and I Warcry, I have 5 of my next attacks are buffed by Infernal Cry. So I don't need to worry about like reduction of cooldown on Infernal Cry all that much. I do against bosses, so I still have it in there. But I mean, in a map, you're just running around exploding everything once you get rolling, which is crazy, right? So you get your rage juiced up, you get your endurance charges juiced up, use Infernal Cry, and you're just blasting for the next 5 stampedes, which is amazing. Now, I want to mention, that is my mapping setup. Because we are doing some big bosses, I do switch some things out for bosses. And let me show you how that works. So I showed you the 2 specs that I use, right? So the first thing that I'm going to do against bosses is you can have multiple weapon setups, where you use a whole different weapon and shield for bosses, or I could use 2 two-handers against bosses if I wanted to die. But what I do right now is I'm just gonna click my weapon. I'm gonna switch my weapons. I'm gonna plop my weapon in the second weapon skill set, and we're just gonna chill right here. We're just gonna chill. We can make Stampede usable in both weapon sets, by the way, but it's not gonna be like that anyway because we don't use Stampede as second weapon set. So for bossing now, my talent tree is gonna be giving me all that bleed stuff, right? So Hammer of the Gods is going to be a 106% chance to bleed. The bleed magnitude is going to be big. And we're ready to fight a boss in our second set. And that's chill. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to move Herald of Ash out for Overwhelming Presence. We are going to move Cannibalism out for Herbalism. And I'm going to move Stampede out for Earthshatter. Now, I don't really use Stampede against bosses. But I'm not even really going to use Earthshatter against bosses. What I'm going to do with Earthshatter is I'm just going to chuck Font of Rage, which is the main reason to even have this. And I'll probably put other stuff in there too, just for fun. We're going to move Splinter into Hammer of the Gods instead of Fist of War. We can put Fist of War and Earthshatter. And then I'm going to probably just go ahead and chuck Magnified Effect into Earthshatter as well. And the reason why I'm doing that, I could use Break Endurance, but a 20% chance to get an Endurance charge, I don't know if it's really worth it. You could put that on, like, Bone Shatter maybe against bosses. I don't think I'm going to do it, but you could. Or you could put, like, Armor Explosion, just to make it do a little bit more damage against bosses, right? You could just chuck that in there. I don't know if I'm going to do that right now, but those are the things you could do. You could put either Armor Explosion for Bone Shatter against bosses, or Break Endurance in there against bosses. And maybe if I had a 6-slot Bone Shatter, I would just put both of them in there and call it good. Because I think what happens is the explosion does like 100% of the physical of the damage into fire. So I think if it's the damage of the attack, then you probably should put this in there because it's just going to do like double damage against the boss, I think. But anyway, we'll move this here because of that. This is the setup that I would use against bosses. And then the reason why I'm using Earthshatter at all is because you sit here, and while the boss is doing its big RP, you have a couple seconds to build rage. And then you also have like a little puddle, a little pile of rocks. So as soon as the boss does spawn, you blow up the rocks. And then it'll do like a nice chunk of damage and probably stun them a little bit, and then you just go about fighting them normally, right? But you can like chuck down this little guy to start getting rage. And then you maybe start the fight with like 10 rage or whatever. Right? You blow him up, does damage to the boss, you're kind of ready to go, right? I think for my second weapon set, I should probably make a whole different setup though, huh? Oh, I wonder, hold on. Is it going to use my other Mace Strike just for set 2? No, surely not, right? I don't know why it's acting like Leap Slam can't be used. Skill can't be used? I don't think that's right. Skill can't be used? I don't think that's right either. I think you're confused. Why is it acting like Leap Slam can't be used? Maybe it's because I didn't have a weapon equipped at the time? This is interesting. Anyway, let's not get too sidetracked. I will figure out what the heck's going. Oh, I think I know why. It's because it's saying only... Okay, there we go. I was like, what the heck? Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, all my skills need to be used on either setup now, by the way. Okay, we're chilling. That's why. So, that looks good. But that's why I have Earthshatter. It's not going to be something I actually really use in the fight. It's just something I use to get rage in the beginning. Then you detonate that bad boy, and then you're just going off to Sundering and doing everything else you would normally do in the fight. Okay? That's kind of what I'm doing, at least. But for mapping and stuff, we're doing that. But also, to mention it, something I learned from that Breach boss is go ahead and do your Meteor first. So the way I was fighting a lot of bosses last night is I was kind of like fighting him a little bit, and I was like getting them stunned, and then I would do my big hammer one-shot combo. Why my armor has 5 sockets? I'll show you. There's no pay to win in this. I'm just gonna do a quick Q&A. There's no pay to win. We have 0 mana because of blood magic. That right there. Very cool. Got that. Very cool. Okay. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop down my little guys. Boss spawns. We're gonna hit him with this, and then we'll maybe sunder him, or we'll, if we can, we'll bone shatter him, get him stunned. Once he's stunned, infernal, seismic, and just what I probably should do is that was my old style. What I probably should do though is as soon as he spawns, we should hit him with one of these, and then infernal, and then just hammer him immediately, because my hammer now is going to break armor and apply a big bleed, which is pretty sick. So instead of that, we just do this, plop down this thing, just keep doing this forever. He finishes his RP, boom, 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 and then hopefully this will stun him. Then we can seismic and just start sundering the heck out of him and trying to get the bleed to aggravate and just do ridiculous damage with sunder. That's my new rotation. So the rotation you're gonna see me doing against the boss is not what I was doing before, but this'll be good. I think that'll work better. So again, earth shatters, he spawns, seismic to detonate it, infernal, drop the hammer on him. Maybe probably maybe try to do a sunder while it's falling, and then he gets stunned hopefully. Seismic, and then not like that. Seismic, and then just start sundering again. Is the idea. I mean, I guess you could plop down like one little totem during the fight, right? So it's not a totem, but it's an earth shatter. You can do this with totems too, by the way. I just don't really. Totems can be killed. Earth shatter thingies can't actually be killed, and it's a slam, so I'm benefiting from slam stuff that way too. But yeah, that's the idea. And I'll keep practicing that too. We're gonna be practicing that against bosses today. Boosh. Hit him with one of these. Boom. He gets stunned, seismic, and then just keep on blasting. Infernals when you can, just keep on blasting. But you know, when you're running around, you can like just plop one of these little rascals down, you know, keep the rage gains going. You can still detonate it too. Not the worst thing in the world. But anyway, that's the bossing setup. You guys are asking a lot of questions about my gear. Let me just don't worry about that sale real quick. My gear is another thing that's changed a lot too. Pretty insane, huh? So, weapon. This is the wep. Again, we talk about the same things every time in these updates. But for the weapon, I want percent fizz, flat fizz, attack speed. Past that, weapon skills would be cool. Strength would be okay, especially if it's like the next tier up. And then I like life leech personally. I do. I don't really need the accuracy that bad. But its accuracy is fine for right now, because I am not using resolute technique. So we want percent fizz, flat fizz, attack speed. It would be great if this thing had plus melee skills on it. I like life leech personally. That's cool. And then we've got a helmet with life, res, armor, strength, a little bit of rarity on there is cool too. Always want to get the resistances capped, then life, and then the armor is fine. We don't really, I mean, I don't want to have no armor, but yeah. Right, the dream for prefixes is percent fizz, flat fizz, and then the added accuracy fizz hybrid, correct? Yep. So the big thing is the chest that has changed, right? We got one of these guys, the Morior Invictus, where it gives you just armor, evasion, energy shield. But here's the big thing, is it gives you a certain percent of increased global defenses per socketed rune or soul core, and 5% increased maximum life per socketed rune or soul core. And then it gets corruptified to potentially even have another socket like this one. And then what we did is socketed it with just 10% increased maximum life. So this one item is giving me 35% increased maximum life, which is crazy. We did need a little bit of dex and intelligence to equip it, so we had to put a little bit of intelligence nodes on the tree, and polymath helped with that too, to get our dexterity going, so that's super nice. Let me actually do this, by the way, before I forget. Plop this back in my main set here. That's insane. We got this for 2 divines. Shout out to chat for even like telling me about it and then helping us get it going the right way. But that's juicy. That's one of the reasons why we now have 6.7k health and 250 energy shield too. In order to put that on though, we needed to find a way to fix my resist. So we quickly, very luckily, were able to find this amulet on the trade website. Gave me life and strength, and then cold and chaos res are what we needed. My cold res is not LE weakness capped, but at least it's capped. That's cool. It also comes with rarity and accuracy, which are like not useless, so that's pretty cool. But it had life strength and the resist I need, so we picked that up, and I was lucky that it was available at the time. My shield is giving me big block, a little bit of armor, a good amount of life, and then triple res. Fire, cold, lightning. It would be nice to get some like additional physical damage reduction on this shield. I could maybe trade fire resistance for additional physical damage reduction. Would be pretty cool on this shield. But the block is great. I have it socketed with life because I didn't really find like when I had this shield, when I first got it, 100 armor didn't really make any difference on my actual percentage. So I was like, yeah, whatever. All good. So we have this ring right here is life resists with strength, like everything I want, life resists and strength. But we actually have it qualitied with fire so that I could get like 2% more fire resistance on it, so that my fire res would be 85 instead of 83 because of that talent that we have that gives you max res based off of your uncapped fire, and I had 118, and so I needed 2% more. So I think it's worth it. It would have been nice to quality life on it, but that's how we're doing it right now. We quality life on this, by the way, because it was implicit life and it had life roll on it, so no brainer. This one is giving me life, 1 resist, which is fine, but also stats. I needed strength, and it also gives me some dex, which I didn't really need that bad, but I do now. I actually did need it. I just didn't need it when I first got the ring. I didn't need it for a long time, but now it came in handy. So we qualityed life on that bad boy. For my gloves, we've got max life, attack, speed, strength, and chaos res with armor. You can get plus melee skills on gloves. So if for some reason we didn't mind dropping like strength or attack speed for it, we could. Chaos res is pretty important, and I think I need it on my glove slot right now. So, but that's another thing you can look out for on gloves. You can get max melee skills on weapons, gloves, and necklace. So I have none of them at all, but that's one way to crank your damage up by quite a bit is plus melee skills. I think my belt actually has some room for upgrading. It's nice, but the fact that it has thorns damage on there, not that good. The life is cool. The increased life flask recovery rate is cool. The strength is cool, and the fire resistance and lightning resistance are essential. So that's pretty good. That's pretty cool. The thing is, I could drop fire res, but I don't want to drop too much fire res. Like I could probably drop fire res off of like this ring maybe to give me like a leech or something, which would be nice. Because then I don't have to have leech on my weapon, and I can do other things with the weapon, like weapon skills or melee skills. But it's a good belt. And then my boots definitely can be upgraded. They are good boots, but they have mana on them, and they only have 25% increased movement speed. So we want like 35% increased movement speed. And life is cool, strength is good, the resists are great. So it's kind of hard to replace these boots, but there is room for improvement there. I frequently am wearing a rarity little charm, but sometimes I'll put a freeze charm on, like against Geonor in Iron Citadel, I put that on. And for my flask, I'm usually using a 25% of recovery applied instantly with a chance to gain a charge when you kill an enemy. But I think it's also nice to have that, like, gain a charge every, 0.15 seconds or whatever. Or, sorry, it's actually the other way around. It's gain 0.15 of a charge every second is what it is. That's nice. That's nice. Getting one charge every 0.15 seconds would be super OP. That'd be nice. But that's what I'm rocking with my gear at the moment. And again, for my weapon swap, all I'm doing is I just set it up where when I'm mapping, I'll be in weapon set 1. When I'm doing a boss, I'll go to weapon set 2. Really as simple as that. I think that will feel good. That will be easy. And I changed my stuff up so that I can do it that way, which feels good. In terms of my Atlas, this is what I'm doing still. We have pack size and rare monsters. We have pack size and magic monsters. We have map drops with some rarity and coming down into more chance to be a higher tier. That's the main thing. I actually start here with chance to be a higher tier is what I recommend when you first get to maps. I'm still hoping against hope that I can get more of these perfect jeweler's orbs, even though I bought 3 of them. I got tired of waiting, so I just bought 3 of them and put them in my big skills. But I could make use of more. That'd be fine. So getting more of those would be good, and they sell really well too. More quantity of precursor tablets, so you always have plenty of those. And then just chuck 1 point into essences. That'd be nice too. I do like this little area down here of increased quantity of waystones found in your map, so I think my waystone sustain is okay right now. We did kill the breach boss one time. We didn't kill him 2 times. We kill him 1 time. When we kill him next time, we'll also go for the density. And then I think that we like this one too. This is recommended and it looks good. More breaches that are super dense. Sounds awesome. I don't know if we're gonna go for the Soul Eater. We might pick something else. Might do this one too. Grasping Hands. They have magic monsters, the Giga Dense, and additional breach probably be the way that I would spend those, just to keep them relatively safe. We did kill the expedition boss again, so we have +2 logbook difficulty with more artifacts dropped and more coinage dropped, which is great. In terms of my map boss tree, we are going for rarity rather than quantity. I think that's okay. And then we have selected to have an essence in the map boss area, and when I get this next one, we're gonna go for a chance to contain a corruption thing. I haven't looked at this. This would be kind of interesting. We haven't fought the Arbiter yet, but maybe we will eventually. And we haven't fought any of this yet, and we haven't done this yet. So that's where we're at right now. But overall, so far, so good. So far, so good. Really enjoying this build a lot, and we have a lot of room to make gains. Haven't tested out like every single boss, but what we fought so far with the build that we had set up for bosses has felt good. Now we have like a whole lot more life too, which is pretty good. I can maybe I need to take a second and switch back into my my actual mapping setup. It does take a little bit of fuss to set up my stuff, but I think it's worth, right? I think it's worth to do all this stuff for bossing and whatnot. Probably not like a huge big deal, but it is kind of nice, I think. Let's splinter there. There we go. That'll be good. And then we didn't really do anything else, did we? Yeah, we need cannibalism in time of need instead of that, and we need this instead of that. We don't need Font of Rage, this totem right now. Okay, cool. What's this one? Extra lightning? Probably fine. Yeah, that's fine. Alright. We don't have to corrupt that one. We'll just go run it. Let's see, do we have a boss somewhere that we could do quickly? Yeah, let's go to the seepage. We'll show you guys the seepage. See how it goes. See how it goes. Hold on. I'm not checking everything that you guys are saying. I'm not sure if you're asking about my amulet. Yeah, surrender shield would be cool. My amulet's anointed with Titanic. Surrender would be cool. It's just it would make my resist situation weird. All right, so first map of the day, boys. Let's see how it goes. But my armor break is still going just fine with splinter instead of the stun thing. So that has felt pretty good. What we can do is we can attempt to do all that that swapping stuff for the boss when we fight him. But a lot of the map stuff is just get as much AoE as we can, while still not doing like too little damage. I am not really making use of Bone Shatter at all right now, which is okay. Mobs just dying is not really a problem, but we do like that though, right? Yeah, sorry, I'm like behind on chat because we're doing our little video too.
I need more time.
Right? You got armor broken, goodoosh. Hey, we can bone shatter that guy. So whenever you find an essence, you just wind up that hammer, drop the hammer on him. GG. Yeah, the mapping in this build is really fun. I mean, it's a lot of stampeding around, but it ends up feeling pretty good, especially with the guaranteed aftershocks. And Splinter is fine at this point for what I'm doing, but I think for leveling, when you're mostly just trying to clear content and you're not like doing like really crazy boss fights, I think that the crushing blow setup is actually pretty nice, because Splinter requires that you actually deal damage, right? And so if you're not really dealing damage yet, Oh, he's armored and stun resistant for sure, huh? JK. He's not stun resistant, but he was not getting hit too hard by my little basic attack at least. I might want to put that stun thing back in the basic attack if it's not in there. I don't know where it went, but overpower if it's not in my basic attack could be for sure. It's nice though. Didn't know if I showed up. Yeah, I went over it when we were looking at talents. I know it's tricky with the build like update videos. One of the things I wanted to mention is people ask about it a lot. Is I will eventually want to do a written guide. I'm just changing things so frequently that I haven't really wanted to do a written guide yet, but we're getting there. We're getting there. But that one of the advantages of the written guide is you can just sort of see it all instantly. Okay, so here's the boss. Then we want to let's do the boss last, so I don't have to switch to all my. Now here's the thing. I probably don't need to switch any of my stuff for the boss. I think we would be 100% just fine just walking in there and killing him, but just to make sure that we kind of test out everything that I want to test out personally for myself and show you the different sort of setups. Let's just clear the map real quick and then go fight the guy in a second, right? Just blast. But you guys talking about the chess piece or whatever? Going for some all res instead of the life. Yeah, you could. Maybe we'll try that out eventually, because that would give you some more suffixes to work with. Yeah. Talk about the surrender shield. Yeah. We have options. Thankfully, this chess piece is really cool and really dang good, but it wasn't really that expensive, huh? All things considered, yeah. Are we talking about the rarity one? Yeah. We will see. We will see. We'll fiddle and piddle with all kinds of different gear options as we go, I'm sure. Because I am intending to play this character for a while longer. I don't really feel like I want to do anything else. What are these guys doing to me? Kind of hurt a little bit. I don't think that was an armor issue, so when things are killing me, if it's not armor, then it's fine. Because it's like, okay, it's not like we reduced our armor, so now we're dying because we reduced our armor. If there's other things that are happening to me, that's just, that would have happened anyway, basically, so. How do you have as much HP? Just rewind that VOD, bro. I have, basically, it's life on all my gear, combined with max life from a jewel, and max life from my chest piece. So max life on gear, ascendancy, jewel, chest, basically, and that all stacks up. And the cool thing is we can get even more. We can get even more max life as we add like just better max life rolls to my items. Be pretty cool, huh? We can make even more gains. We can become even more powerful. And I intend to. So we'll see how it goes, right? Your Aftershock Stampede's like 100, you're stuck at 25. Okay, quality it, and it'll immediately have a 30% higher chance to Aftershock, right? So if you put the gem in it and you quality it, it's 55% just off of that, right? And then you can get the 20% from your Ascendancy, and then the what is it, 22% from your talent tree. Then all of a sudden, you're looking at a 97% chance to Aftershock. Boom. The colorful drops are from a loot filter. You can get one really quickly and easily from... what the heck? Oh, this thing got switched back up, I see. I was like, why is my... Yeah, oh, my weapon coming off. I'm glad we saw that now. Now, is it going to make Mace Strike, like, not on both talent trees? Does it think that one Mace Strike... It's the same weapon, but if it thinks it's different trees, that's going to be kind of annoying instead. Still learning the ins and outs of how all the weapon swap stuff works. There's exploding corpses and stuff? Get out of here. Get out of here, you. Alright, let's do our expedition, then we'll go kill the boss. Weapon's gonna look cool. Yeah, it's just a weapon effect. I put the weapon effect on there so that it I could tell when I had one weapon out versus the other a little bit more easily, but now I'm just using only one weapon. That's fine. It's a big sunder. All right. There's still 50 monsters remaining, but let's do this real quick, just for fun. Splat. Hey, Rog. Extra fire. Oh, we're gonna make this one nice and safe. Grab those two though. Nice and safe. More max life. That's chill. And PoE. Well, let's do this differently. Oh, it's gonna be like that anyway, huh? I see. Do I have to? Yeah.
Hope you unearth some ancient figurines.
Me too, Rog. Alright, that's cool. Light it up. I know that we're kind of still doing our little recording for the video, but hey man, there's loot to be gotten. I got a divine from one of these chests yesterday. So, yeah, we want to run that. We do. Rumbling in, boys. You see how when we get those endurance charges, how I have like just a million charges of my empowered attacks? Isn't that nice?
I've nowhere to keep that.
Alright, we'll deal with that later. Been trying not to pick up too much stuff. We still got the juices flowing, that's nice. Okay, so now we'll drop down into this boss situation, and we'll set up our other gear for that. And it will take a second. This is probably not the thing, or the kind of thing I need to do for a map boss most of the time. It's probably really the only kind of thing I need to do for fighting like you know, big bosses like these. I don't know if it's like these count as pinnacle bosses, but like the Citadel bosses, or like these like big mechanic bosses like the Breach guy and Expedition guy, all those guys, right? Might not need to do it for map bosses, but you know what? Some of these map bosses can like kind of turn into demons if you set them up to be crazy. And you know, I mean, these bosses are like a couple of levels higher, so things can get kind of crazy, right? May as well. Second win support where you can just hammer the gods twice. Yeah, you could. Definitely something to consider if you're trying to have it be like a short fight, right? Where you just Giga Blast. I don't mind it being on a shorter cooldown, but I need to remember to do my strategy, because I haven't really practiced it. The Earth Shatter thing. I have not practiced that strat. So just to be safe, we could always go do it in town real quick. Just chuck this stuff in the dump tab real quick. That one snuck in the old inventory, didn't it? All right, now we'll do what we said we were gonna do, which is a couple things. We're gonna take my weapon. We're gonna pop it in weapon set 2. Okay, that's really troll that it does that. I guess you have to remember to switch your weapon, like your weapon attack, to Mace Strike. I probably should just unbind Mace Strike. I don't really use that ever anyway. And then we are going to maybe just click all this stuff in there so I don't have to deal with it for a second. It is a little bit of fuss, so again, you might not use it all the time, but we will do it for now. So we'll put Overwhelming Presence in there for Herald. We'll put Herbalism in there for Cannibalism. Let's do this so I know which one we're in, right? Put that over there. I'm gonna leave Bone Shatter alone for right now, I think, maybe, but we'll do this. We'll do Stampede comes out in favor of Earth Shatter. I don't think this guy has very long RP, but just to do it anyway, right? Maybe we'll put Armor Explosion in there on Bone Shatter anyway. You know, we could do close combat for this. I don't know. I feel like I'd rather just not even have it on the gem at all. And then Splinter, this is important, that Splinter goes on Hammer the Gods. Okay. Let's see if that works the way I envision it. There we go. Alright, so walk in. He's gonna do his RP for a second. We'll get this going here.
A gift from my ancestors.
You son of a... Alright, so it's instantly different than I wanted it to be. That's alright. We're gonna stun him here anyway.
I can't yet.
But I don't have hammers, so we're just gonna have to hit him the good old-fashioned way. I mean, he's probably just dead anyway, right? He's just dead anyway. Alright, that definitely didn't go the way I really wanted it to. Because we missed my hammer on him. But, I mean, like, he died anyway. Like, it was so unnecessary to do all the setup on this boss, but it was still good practice, right? Plopping down our little guys, detonating it, Infernal Cry, hammer. Then ideally his armor would get broken, he'd be splintered. I mean, I don't need to wait till the hammer lands to start sundering either. We need to, like, be active. Boonk, boonk, boonk. We had a little bit of rage going into the fight, though, didn't we? We'll work on the rotation, but anyway. It does big damn. More damage than I needed against that particular guy. But there's the idea. There's the idea. We're going to keep practicing today. We're going to keep smacking bosses, blasting maps. Again, this switching out all the skills and stuff is probably overkill for map bosses, but I wanted to go over it. One, for you guys, and two, for me. I need to practice it because I think it will be effective against bosses. And I think that one thing for sure is that swapping out my weapon into this setup against bosses, but I'm using my same gear that I usually use, just swapping it into a bleed setup for single target or AoE setup for, you know, AoE. Makes sense to me. So, all right, let's keep gaming. We got a little bit of time to do so. It's kind of a long video, but we had a lot to talk about. Lots of gear updates, lots of talent changes, lots of skill swaps for bosses. And hopefully that helps get you guys started. And eventually, written guide coming soon, but we're still making a lot of changes. But I think we're kind of narrowing it down. We're narrowing it down a little bit. We'll keep it going for you. If you guys enjoy the content, make sure you show it some love and the thumbs ups and the comments, and come out hang out on stream as well. See you guys there. Peace. We're gonna keep it going though, boys. That was a long video. I think we just would have one-shotted him with the hammer. That guy almost died to just 2 sunders. I mean, like, I think we just kill those bosses on accident, basically. This is what it kind of looked like. That's okay. Still good to show the setup. Like, if we were fighting a pinnacle boss, you want to be ready. You want to be ready because you do not want to fail those encounters. That stings. Let me see. We killed him pretty fast. I think he would have just died to the empowered sunders. Like, we don't even need to, like, do anything. How much rage did we have going into the fight? We had like 12. It all went away as soon as he left. So yeah, this guy was just dead. And like once he got stunned, and we had the seismic cry sunders, yeah, he just dies, I think. Yeah. Yeah, he just got kind of roasted, and then we like ran away. Like, I don't know, that was a really poor gameplay, but yeah, he was pretty dead just from nothing. All good, whatever. All good. We'll take it. We'll take it. What's up, though, guys? How's it going? My 4th Ascendancy wasn't until, like, the low 90s, I think. What's up, though, guys? And Baited and Noobs. Big flex for you guys. Thanks for pumping us up. Putting on Monk early and mid endgame. I actually have no idea. I think Monk is really good, though. But I haven't personally played Monk. I've just been playing Warrior. But I think Monk is good. From what I understand, I think Monk's solid. Had to get 600 strength. Strength on my gear, and that's really all it took. I guess maybe some strength on the tree and strength on my gear. That's really all we needed. We didn't really have to do polymathy, but I did decide to go polymathy, but polymathy wasn't even for the strength. Polymathy was like for intelligence and dex. It was just like a quick fix. We may end up specking out of it again. We'll see. We will see. Okay. We'll get that video uploading for the homies, so we have some nice build updates for you guys, and then we got a little bit of time to do some maps. Run around and play the game a little bit. Get that stuff out of the way. 100k armor is nothing. I don't think 100k armor is nothing. 100k armor is a lot. I don't think anybody has 100k armor. And I think that 100k armor would do a fair amount of mitigation at that point. I don't know. I think that's a lot of armor. I haven't done a lot of totem stuff, but using totems to armor break could be kind of cool. Definitely could be cool. All right. What chest piece is that with all them sockets? The Morior Invictus. Pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool. This guy want? Morior Invictus. This guy wanted some kind of map. I wanted an elevated waystone. Oh, you like that XP gain? Respect. People want to farm citadels for what now? This item? It does seem pretty good. Yeah. Not surprised that it's a bit of a chase item. So, again, I don't think I'm gonna need to swap into Earth stuff, into Earth Shatter for bosses. I will switch into my, I will switch into a couple things for it. But yeah. I don't think we need to go that crazy, do we? I'll do my weapon switch. I'm gonna put something else. I'm just gonna put Bone Shatter here, man. That's annoying. I keep trying to switch my weapon, like, or my like basic attack. That's troll, man. I don't like that. Yeah. Just Bone Shatter, man. Just basic attack with Bone Shatters. F it, man. I would like to leech, but it keeps switching my skill. That's weird. I don't like that. Just Mace Strike, bro. Now I should put Cole on like Leap or something. Instead of Martial Tempo. Just Leap on him. Can you put Cole on your shout? No, I wish. It's weird. If I have no sockets in it, will it go away? No. It won't. I wish it would though. I wish it would. I kind of liked Cole. That was useful. Oh well. It's really annoying to me that Mace Strike, I'd have to like switch it every single time, you know? I love Warrior, yeah. Warrior owns. Interesting. So maybe I put Mace Strike with Cole on my second spec then. But I don't need Cole for the first spec, maybe, right? Yo, I could have Punch with Cole. Oh, Giga Chad. That'd actually be sick. Why does it keep doing this? I guess that's fine. Hold on. Oh, okay. So it's just saying whatever your attack is in your second spec. Okay. I got you. Annoying, but okay. Whatever. Fate Weaver, let's go, man. Big flex for you, man, for the 14 months. Happy New Year, man. Using Splinter on a hammer to break armor. Against bosses, yeah. Against bosses. Now, in maps, I'm using Splinter on Stampede. But against bosses, yeah, I'll just hit them with a hammer and their armor will get broken. If I hit him with it, that guy moved out of the way. A punk. How dare he not stand in my mechanic? Okay. We are getting mapped up. I probably, at some point, should take a 2 seconds and, like, combine all these maps into something. Instead of just letting them sit there. Okay. I think, again... You alright? Okay. I think I'm going to... do some maps for a bit. I don't think I need this in my inventory all the time. We can keep the cannibalism and stuff in there, because that's like an easy swap for a boss.
Flame of the Forge!
I don't think I need to worry about this most of the time. Not really. Against pinnacle bosses, yeah, maybe. But against map bosses, I don't think so. I think right now, the map bosses that we're fighting aren't strong enough to deal with, to like need that. I don't think so. I'm wondering how your casting skills fast. Is that plus attack speed? I don't, maybe, but I don't really have attack speed except for when I get hit. So I'm not sure. Try insert totem with armor break in it. Breaks between Sunders passively. Cool. Sunder shouldn't be able to break armor though. Right? Sunder's not a skill that should be able to break armor. But it does? Oh, but you're saying maybe with like it'll do both of the attacks? Like it'll actually use the ability Armor Breaker? Yeah, okay, gotcha, yeah. Well, do you need some kind of totem investment to make that good, or is it just kind of good on its own?
What can I do?
That'd be something that you could do against bosses. Cool. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. I like that map. Should I corrupt that bad boy? I like the way it looks. I don't want to mess it up. Doesn't look like it got worse. Not that much worse. Ellie weakness is kind of cruddy though. Maybe I'll do that later. It feels like it's sort of worth it to like roll maps. Oh, this one looks like it might be worth as a T16 though. Kind of juicy, isn't it? Look at this. It's not going to get much juicier, I don't think, either. Let's do this one. Let's do it. Yeah, the 8 ones are nice. You're using life defenses, correct? What does increased defense actually do? So defenses are things like armor, energy shield, evasion. So it buffs all of those things for me. So global defense, like any armor, energy, shield, evasion you have on your character, it increases those. Kind of crazy, huh?
You won't escape!
Kind of crazy. All right, let's get rolling. They knock my energy shield off? How dare they? Check all the looties. Keep it rolling.
I'm not ready.
All 700 my energy shield? Yeah, you mean 200 of it? I might have 700 evasion. Maybe. Probably not even. Whoa, watch out for that fire. Even though we don't take that much damage from fire, I don't really just want to walk face first into it. Not particularly. I'm kind of happy that Bone Shatter's back. I was saying that a lot last night, too. Feels nice. Things aren't dead, just Bone Shatter them, whether they're stunnable or not. Just whack them. Because I have the low health damage on it anyway, so kind of takes them out.
Need more time.
You guys are hindering me. No hindrance, thank you. More dudes over there. When I get hit, I can proc attack speed, but I don't really have that much stuff anyway. Gonna continue that scary mob discussion with him.
I'm not ready.
Get more deets. Go collect some information. Do it. Yeah, I wouldn't say my attack speed is all that fast. Bone Shatter's fast. My normal attacks, maybe not so much, huh? Maybe compared to, like, when you first start playing a warrior, maybe, huh? Maybe. So, build anywhere? Yep. Exclamation mark build will link you one of them. And then I have the 16th build update video that we just recorded. That'll be up on YouTube shortly. I feel like I'm not doing as much stun as I was before, though. And I did take out like one stun thing. I don't think it should be that big of a deal. Things are just kind of dying. I just need to keep an eye on that. If we wanted to, I could just put a. Oh no, these guys have stun threshold, don't they? Do they? Maybe not. I'm looking. Definitely not doing that much stunning to them, though. We gotta keep an eye on that. Got to keep an eye on that one. Watch out, Miss Bane! For where it's like an Act 2 level 25. Tried Totems and Rolling Slam, it seems really slow. Have not tried Bone Shatter. Bone Shatter is really nice for early clear. Super nice. Yeah, if you ain't using Bone Shatter, you might want to check it out. Definitely super nice. But what are you stuck on in Act 2? Where are you in particular? And what are you struggling with? Ms. Bane! Come on now. I'm trying to help this guy diagnose his issues and you're standing right in front of him, so I can't talk to him. Watch out, Miss Bane! Super dupe! Yeah, good to get that out of the way in early access. Cat can do no wrong. She's a good girl. She's a good girl. But she does, like, for some reason, she doesn't like to sit on my left side. She wants to sit right here, right where I so just perfectly can't see chat at all. She knows. And I know that she knows. She's funny for doing it anyway. There's me breach. Oh man. Oh man. Give me that. Bring it on, breach. It's the perfect time at the speed shrine. Never a better time for a breach. Maybe a better time for a breach is when you have like some other kind of AoE shrine, but this is pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah, who needs any other abilities, man? Got Stampede. Here comes Miss Beans. Moving in. What else is down here? Get the class 10s, brother. There we go. Maybe there are more demons over here. Gotta go. My shrine. Pretty good. Bizbane.
Rarity and all mine.
That's some loot. That's nice. Speedrun feels so good. Yeah, it does. Especially in a breach. Yep. Hammering. Nice little beach breach. Need more splinters, man. We got another scrap against that big boy coming up, man. We got a date. The chaos explosion one? Yeah. I mean, I feel like the shrines that give you like the meteors or even lightning storm and those are pretty good too.
You won't escape.
You probably can't go real wrong with any kind of offensive shrine in a breach, huh? What's the difference between this and Diablo? Probably like the builds, the endgame. I mean, obviously, like I don't know if we care about the kind of stuff, but like lore. Although this is pretty Diablo inspired, I feel like the lore. But things that are similar are you are going to be like chasing power on your character. You're going to be killing lots of monsters. This one's not designed to be like open world and MMO, kind of like not MMO, but you know, open world, kind of like Diablo 4 is. The trading is a little bit different. I don't know if Diablo 4 has like a... Does Diablo 4 have like a trade site? Those are all done in like Discord or whatever, but... Anyway, there's just a ton more variety in terms of the builds you can create in this game. Like Diablo has like sets and like particular legendary powers and things that you kind of will follow to make your build. And this one has... Like you can kind of do anything on any character in this one, which is kind of neat.
I'm not ready.
Definitely can do that in PoE 1. This one's maybe even a little bit more limited due to the fact that you have like weapons and skills are tied to weapons in this game. But I don't know, if you like Diablo, then you'll probably like this a lot. This one's probably a little bit more challenging and complex, I guess, right? So, a little different.
You won't escape.
Pretty cool though. Yep. You have like 90. What now?
I've no more room.
Got him. Oh, 90 breach splinters. Oh, okay. I might take you up on that. Get warmed up a little bit here. I'm not somebody who craps on Diablo personally. I just think that
What do you think?
this game is just different in some like good ways. But no, I'm not trying to hate on Diablo really. I mean, it's not done, but it's not good. I had fun playing Diablo. Should we keep rolling that thing? I don't know. I'm not seeing a lot of effort out of it. Yeah, I might take you up on that. Might need to warm up a little bit before we fight the big boy again, but I don't know. Kind of cool. Can you use Sunder with Resolute Technique? You can, but you're just kind of giving up one of the things that's best about it, right? Right, that crit is pretty good. And with Resolute Technique, you can't crit, but you can use the ability if you want, right? Thanks, man. Another breach stone. Kind of scary. He might one-shot me. I'm afraid. I'll be right back. We should maybe do it though anyway, right? I'm scared. We should do it. We should do it, I think. We should hit him with it. Alright. Should we send it? Oh, if we have the Breachstone, I mean, like, we may as well go for it, right? It's the big baddie? It's not the big baddie, but he's one of them. He's one of the big guys.
Go on.
Not the big baddie. But he's a big boy. And he hits hard. But if we have a Breachstone key, may as well send it. Are we warmed up? We want to do like another map to warm up? I don't know if I'm warmed up yet. I want to do it though. We will. We will. Let's get a little bit warmed up though. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. We like the crypt. Crypt is nice. Got another boss down there too. Ton of fury. Talk about warrior. All right. Nice. Yeah, I might need to run a.
You won't escape.
Run a what's it called? Another boss map just to get used to like do my bossing thing. I do think that we reduced my damage a little bit by going polymathy. This bone shadows, dude. I think we did. But again, that's a lot of HP to be gained, so yeah. Are already easily melting enemies? What motivates you to do more? So that's like saying like, hey man, you're already pretty strong. Why do you still work out? You know what I mean? It's like, first of all, it's fun to have earned the power. And second of all, there's always more power to be gained. There's like, I'm about to go fight a boss that will blast me if I don't do stuff right. And if you don't have a strong character. So getting stronger to fight stronger enemies and get better loot and become stronger yourself is kind of like the main gaming loop for these kind of games, I think. Wasn't there supposed to be a delirium here? Did I walk right past a delirium mirror? Hold on a second. Hold on a sec. I thought there was a delirium here. Yeah. They are at the start of the map. That's why I think I just ran away from it. Area contains a mirror delirium. Yeah, I just like walked. I think I just walked past it. Hold on a second. Lightning storms. Yuck. Ow. I have 86% lightning res.
I need more time.
Still stinging me, those lightning thingies. Upgrading me sure can. Doesn't really seem worth it most of the time. Yeah, where'd my mirror go? I think I just walked away from it. Yeah, it's over here, okay.
The unrighteous will be turned to ash.
Okie dokie.
You'll break.
I'm not always looking very close at what I'm fighting, so I don't know if these guys did get buffed or whatever. Probably not.
In the right hands, this could forge something.
Probably not, but whatever. I mean, it's still random, right? Yeah, I make it 6 mod vol. That's cool. Corrupted precursors, that is kind of cool. Would be neat. Bleeding. Got some health pool though, huh? I guess that's the idea. Get the health pool up. The crypt map is really nice. It's just kind of small. Like, you just don't kill that many mobs in it, I think. Stampede just going where it pleases, huh? Right, so that guy was, his armor was not broken, but he was also not stunned, so. Yeah, Splinter is not breaking these guys' armor. But they are armored, so they're gonna take less damage and not get... They might not get stunned either, though. I could always put armor explosion on Bone Shatter, but usually Bone Shatter's killing these guys anyway, so it doesn't really matter. The fact that they're splintered is making them... Or the fact that they're armored is making them not getting splintered.
Feel my wrath.
What's going on here? Do I need to be afraid of this situation? What's going on? Yeah, it feels like my dam went down a little. But again, it could just be because these monsters are pretty beef. It's all good.
A rarity and
All good. How's New Year's Eve? Just gaming. It's a fun stream. Chilling. Archer got to stay up with Mama. Got to see them before bed. How about you, man? Partying hard as usual over there. Absolute madman. Party animal. It's possible to use Lacerate and Warcry. Yeah, you could just make enemies bleeding with it. It's not gonna do very much damage. Like, it's not gonna be a powerful bleed, but you could just use it as a debuff for the Bloodlust or whatever ability gem thingy. Yeah, you can do that. Huh.
I'm not ready.
A delirious breach. Juicy. This will be fine, surely. Lily! She's arrived. Should be kind of able to run up and down this area nicely, I think. Move, Miss Bean! Get in your baby bed. Ugh, that was not a good breach. Whatever. Whatever. So armored becomes a little bit annoying with this setup. That's okay though. Thanks, Ben. Nice. Played some PoE too. What you been playing Sork still? Is that working for you? We can find some more mobs. Looks like we get just a little bit more juice out of this one. Lightning Sork, nice. I think we've heard good things about that. Likes playing Spark. That could work, that could work. My guy's just piecing sometimes. He's out of there. Just want like 2 mobs.
I need more time.
Well, at least that was enough to get us to the next little breach, or the next little delirium level there. That's good. really all we needed, I guess, huh? Yeah, I kind of want to fight another boss, but we could just go send it on the big boy. Send it on the big fella. Yeah, I mean, using Earth Shatter is one option. I feel like the totem guy is probably even a better option. I like Earth Shatter because it would like hit the boss right off the bat, but I could just hit the boss anyway, right? Interesting. Reforged system? Just a little bit, yeah. I haven't found it to be like super helpful. But a little bit. A little bit. They got like one breach splinter out of that? Okay. Okay, dude. Map, tab, when, dude. Map, tab, when. I mean, that's fine. I'll keep those. Keep one of them charms around. Okay, dude. Totem Man is free. Yeah, I might chuck them in there. I might. Red gems are gear. They're soul cores. Some of them are chaos resistance, and a lot of them are just max life. You can get those from the currency exchange from Alva, or you can get them from doing ultimatum. Yep. Losing some water weight. What from? Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Let's see, boys. I think I have one of those guys. He might be here, actually. Where'd he go? Did I delete him? Oh, he's probably actually not called a totem. He's an ancestral guy. Right? What's his name? Oh, he's a persistent buff. What? No, he's not. What is this guy? Anyway. Yeah, we could give him a try. We still need Stampede for a while, but like, if we were not going to use Stampede, he might be a better option than the other thing anyway. We can level him up though. Is this? Oh. Level this feller up. I don't necessarily want him to. I don't think he needs Sunder. I mostly just want him to break armor for me, right? So you can give him Armor Breaker and Sunder is what you're recommending? Oh, okay. That makes more sense. I give him Armor Breaker, he Sunder, or I Sunder. Okay. That makes more sense. I think that's what I was gonna do anyway, I think. So, good. Good. I like that idea. What are we doing here? We're not locked in. So he can armor break. Should I make his armor breaker level 19 too? Should I show him some respect?
Speak.
I know you don't have to do it this way. Probably should. I mean, it will serve me well, so. So he armor breaks. Hello. Alright. That's chill. Ever done a written guide? No. I have not. We will eventually, though. Rupture? Which one's Rupture? Let me have a little look. No written guide. Eventually, though, I think I will. But everything's just changed all the time. Rupture. They aggravate bleeding on heavily stunned enemies. Yeah. That's cool. Alright, buddy. Thanks. Take one of those. Chuck that in there. Anything else? So he can aggravate bleed for us. He will break armor for us. What else is useful? Should we make him tankier? Aren't there some totem things we could do to make him tankier? Ooh, maim. Bludgeon? No, don't want bludgeon. Totem. Doesn't work the way we want it to, does it? Supported skills break 40% more armor? That could be kind of cool. That could be kind of cool. We should make we should make a deep cuts thing though, shouldn't we? I don't really I don't really want to lose out on hit damage though. Oh no, Font of Rage is mandatory. If we only have one more skill slot for him, it must be Font of Rage. Okay. No, it must be. Aggravating bleeding would be excellent. But do we just want him to break more armor? I think probably that. I almost would rather him just break more armor. Aggravating bleeding on heavy side enemies would be awesome though. Like worth a 4-link? It might, yeah. It might be. I think Demolisher is priority though. I think I agree. We do have a couple Exalts laying around. I don't know if I'm gonna do that yet though. He has an armor break bot. That's what we're doing for him. Oh, we already had one. I want both though anyway. I want both of those. It's crazy. Deep cuts at some point would be cool too. Alright, man. Be my Demolisher. I don't think I'm gonna do deep cuts to anything, but that's kind of a cool gem anyway. Because we are doing some bleed stuff. Why don't you play WoW anymore? I mean, we'll play more WoW, just having a lot of fun playing this game. You playing some WoW? Jamming on WoW at the moment? Ancestral Urgency, it being like a totem, I can just put, you know, the totem down faster. Yeah, that's actually probably even better. We're not going to invest in totems, but that's even better than the Earth thingy option. Probably. Yeah, no, Font of Rage is a must. You've been trying, but Shuffa's an awful spot, 20 minutes, queues lose points. It's kind of annoying, huh? Is Warrior squishy? I think we should be okay, but I say that now. I need to not troll when we do this, though. Okay. We'll slot that little fella in here in a minute. Should we... Let's see. I'm trying to see if we have any boss maps that are like immediately accessible. This is another one that's nice for the T16. But if we're gonna do a boss, like a big boss, we probably shouldn't earn a ton of XP right before doing it. We have this little guy, a woodland boss. I can do that, dude. Real quick. I think he gets one-shotted by me, though. I think we should just go do this guy. This does look like the kind of thing that would be fun to have an extra slot in, though. I think we should just go do it, man. Just try not to get one-shotted. Just do the thing. Just do the dang thing, boys. Just first time ever using this totem. Just freaking sending it. Now's the time. Ugh. We gotta do it. Now's the time. Let's go. This will be our first breach with this thingy on. This new chess piece. Got the rare chasing me? Come on, buddy. You're coming with me.
I'm not ready.
You're coming with me. What do the citadels look like? They look like these little areas with like a with like a little wall around it. Looks like a stronghold. So, am I taking the... I didn't really have a clear decision on that one way or the other. Am I taking the one that gives me XP loss protection, or should I do the cheat death? I think I want to do the cheat death. Because I do value my XP, but not that much right now compared to how much I want to defeat the boss, and I think the cheat death gives me a better shot at it. Dude, Wicked Plumber, let's go, man. Thank you so much, dude. I just put full max life in the chest, in the cores. Full max life.
I need more time.
I think I should buy a cheat death one and use that instead of the XP protection. Because we don't have that much XP anyway. How do I gain endurance charges? By breaking armor with Stampede. And I'm breaking armor just with Splinter at the moment, just by doing damage. Thank you, Wicked Plumber, bro. Pumping up the YouTube side of things. Happy New Year, man. Oh, yeah. Was it hard to cap Ellie Res with it? It presents challenges, but it wasn't, like, hard. I just kind of got lucky that there was an item that gave me the resist that I was losing by taking off my other chest piece. Kind of got lucky that I had room on my amulet for resists. And we had just the thing. Alrighty, boys. So I think I am gonna do the cheat death one and just try not to get absolutely just Gib one-shotted. As long as you don't get Gib one-shotted, I think I will survive. So let's do that. Let's set it up. Set it up. Thank you so much, Wicked Plumber. You're a legend, man. All right. Let's set up our guy. Set up our guy. But of course, big flex for you, man. Pumping us up, dude. These bosses make me nervous. But if we just focus up, we're gonna be okay. I don't think I wanted to pick this up. It is idle level 81, so whatever. Whatever, dude. Focus up, get it done. Alright. Beep entrusted me. Oh, a rarity one. That's kind of fun. Ooh, physical damage one, but it's got cast speed. Beep entrusted me with his stuff, so we have to do it for the Beepster. Let me buy one of these cheat death ones, though. I think that's good. Fully recover your flask and charm charges when you reach low life. That's not what I want. Yeah, we want life, mana, energy shield when we reach low life. 30 exalts? Oh, okay. What to say? I was like, what the? 10 is fine. 10 is more than it was, but 10 is fine. All right, so we're gonna put that on instead of the XP one. What's up? Oh, the loot filter. Yeah, it's actually in Discord now. That's true. It's true. Aw, thanks, Cody. Thank you, man. All right. Just got a perfect jeweler's up. Oh, snap! What 5 gems did you put in Stampede if you could? So what I have in mind is Aftershock, Splinter. If you're using Crushing Blow, then just use Devastate. But Splinter, Armor Explosion, Break Endurance, and AoE is what I have in there. Okay. Here we go. Let's get our bossing set up in here. Big Daddy Armor Breaker going in hot. Hammer of the Gods is going to splinter enemies for me. I think this guy should break armor consistently, but I'm gonna put Splinter and Hammer of the Gods anyway. Just so that we really are breaking this dude's armor hard. Let's see. That means that we could put Aftershock in Sunder now, which would actually probably be really good. Armor Explosion and all that is not necessary. I think we're good. I think we're good. Unless I wanted to put Armor Explosion in my Sunder, right? Should be good. I'll be right back real quick. All right. All right. Got this. I like the armor break bot tech. I think this is good for now. This looks good. All right, we gotta remember to swap my weapon set over though. We can put Mace Strike with Cole back on my bar. I don't know why it takes the weapon effect off of it though. It's kind of weird. Check everything. Time of Need is on. Let's put Herald though. Do this instead. Okay. I think we're good. As good as we're gonna get, boys. As good as we're gonna get. Now we just have to be good. If you have Rupture on Bone Shard, does it aggravate the bleeding? It probably would. Yeah. Start to fight with the Durant Charge? That'd be kind of cool. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Woo-wee! Here we go.
We that dreamed. We in nightmare. We that are one. She
A gift from my ancestors.
I don't know what that is. He's starting off with this attack? Okay.
the red fire blooms. We tire.
I can't hit.
Curse of a broken sun.
Okay.
Fate belies truth.
We're not stacking very much stun on this guy.
Motion
Wait, what's going on this? Shit, what's this? What's this? Shoot. Okay, we're okay.
I need more time.
We just straight tanked that, I think. Where'd he go? Oh, I knocked him into the wall. The heck? Hey, bro, what are you doing? Can you just die? Oh, hell yeah. Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah! Alright, that was clean. That was clean. We didn't even proc my cheat death or anything. Sweet. Alright, that was awesome. Much better than even either of our first 2 attempts. Nice. Like, we took hits and we were fine, too. So that was interesting. This is the part where you don't leave. Okay, good. We tested you can tank the slap. I think we still, like, we may have rolled it, sort of, but I don't think I would have died. Because the slap does, like, more damage if you are, like, right in the middle of it, I think. The first time I just stood there and tanked it because I wasn't sure what he was doing. I was like, what is this guy up to? Dead instantly. But the second fight, we did get hit by the slap a couple times, but I was, like, on, like, the fingies instead of in the middle. That time, we just dusted him. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. So super solid. Yeah, that was good. I liked... So, I think Earth Shatter is okay as an opening technique, but I think that this little guy was a good development. I need to watch back the fight and see, because I probably didn't get as much value out of him as I could. But I think this little totem guy is a better choice than Earth Shatter. I think it's probably more reliable. And it's more helpful, and it helps address one of the things that is a weak point of my boss fighting setup, which is armor breaking. So, that's great. The chest piece feels good. So what was that guy's name? Breach boss, +2, or +1 down. Nice. Font of Rage is huge. I could have used Font of Rage for, like, I was gonna get some Font of Rage from, using the little guys, but this is like, it's more like in combat Font of Rage, which is huge, right? It's huge. That was great. That was awesome. I'm hyped about that, killing that guy. Nice. All right, cool. Let's continue. We'll just have to see what this little amulet is. That was sick. Chest piece felt good though. Felt good, and we did get hit by the slap, and that one-shotted me the first time, but I also just stood there. This is different. Choir of the Storm. Critical hits ignore enemy monster lightning resist and trigger lightning bolt skill on critical hit. Wow. That sounds kind of cool. It doesn't really look like it sells for very much. Sounds cool though. Chest has some ES, yeah. No, it helps, definitely. No, the chest was a very good, like, thing. I felt way safer fighting him on that difficulty than I did before. So, no, it was good. It was definitely good. The things that we did were good. Changing the talents and getting the chest piece and this little fella were really good. I think he might even freaking deserve a greater jeweler's orb for that performance. I can't use him all the time. I think I still want to use Bone Shatter over the totem guy most of the time. But he definitely deserves, like, a spot in my inventory, I think. He did great. I wonder if the Splinter was worth it. That seemed fine too. Sunder needs to give it Aftershock back. There we go. No, that was a not super annoying setup. That definitely wasn't that bad. That was fine. That was fine. That was awesome. We took him out, man. I'm glad. So now we get to put another point in Breach. I think we're going for that density, baby. Oh, man. I think next we'll either do Clasping Hands or additional Breach. Probably just buff the breaches that we get and then eventually get the multiple breaches. Port MTX, this is what you get from the drops at the beginning of PoE 2 when it came out. If you didn't get it, that's rough, bro. Rough goings. Flat fizz and added fizz, that's kind of cool. It could go just one exalt, could go big. 2 will finish it. It didn't go big, so I think I'm not gonna finish it. Rip. 6k life. Gear, Ascendancy, and then like the chest piece, and then jewel. All right, well let's put on my. I mean, my damage looked okay. It didn't look insane, but I'm not really paying attention to that in the fight. In the fight, I'm just trying to dodge abilities and not die. So what do you guys think for mapping? Cheat death or XP loss prevention? Honestly, XP loss prevention is insane, but I feel like the cheat death will probably save me in a situation where I could die. I think it'll save me. Maybe. I don't know. Cheat death until you're over 50%, then switch? Okay, I can respect that. I could respect that. I mean, because if I go to low health, I'm probably not gonna die through 10,000 HP, right? Mysterious lineage and hulking form. I mean, I don't know how I'm gonna play play any build without hulking form. I don't know. Can you say what gems I use on that totem? Yeah, I give it this right here. So Toady Boy, I give it Armor Breaker, and then oh, I need to quality this bad boy up. What the heck? What the heck? Maybe quality Armor Breaker first. That's good stuff. Cool. Right, so we give him Armor Breaker, and then I'm gonna put Demolisher to make him break more armor, and then Font of Rage to give me rage while he's up. Turn armor gets ice? Yep. I bet it is. Do you know if Infernal Cry buffs the Aftershock? Yeah, so Aftershocks are just the slam you did again. But if you have like extra things like Aftershock AoE, then it'll give it that, but no, it's just doing the slam that you did again. It's pretty cool. So people don't really use this one that much? Trigger Lightning Bolt skill on crit? Cast on crit? That seems pretty cool. Huh. Are people like selling it for 3 exalt? Interesting. That seems pretty low for a item like that, but okay. That's kind of cool. Seems neat. I guess it's an amulet though, huh? Should I be using materials to make your armor and weapons better at level 25? Yes. Use everything except for like exalts or divines, like if you get a divine. Like, yeah, you could be using transmutations, augmentations, alchemies, and regals. If you get chaos orbs or vol orbs, or if you get any of these things, chaos, chance, annulment, divine, exalted, vol, don't use those. I did just make a new build update, yeah, and it worked out well. We just took down a breach boss +1, which I'm hyped about.
Flame of the Forge.
I'm fired up about that one. That's a scary dude right there. We got him. It's only scary because he like one-shotted me the first time I fought him. What about quality? What do you mean quality? Just quality all your skills. How do you get 5 sockets on the chest? It corrupted. So it comes with 4, I think, and then you corrupt it for 5. I'm fired up, bro. I'm fired up about that one. That was cool. All right, let's go do some more maps. We only have time for maybe like 1 or 2 more tops. Tippity tops. But that was sweet. Extra damage is cold. I think we're okay with that. We want to corruptify this guy. Let's chill. That's chill. Yeah, where are we trying to go next, boys? What are we looking to do? Kill some bosses down in the springs? Go to these towers? We could just progress off of this area. We were working pretty good in another area, though, too. This does have Corrupted Irradiated. Run those with the tier 16. Maybe I should do that right now, actually. A T16 Seepage. I think we have some T16s that are acceptable, for sure. This one, oh, we have Ellie Weakness. That's kind of sketch. That's kind of sketch. Let's just run some other maps until we get some good stuff. Once we get some good T16s, we have some pretty cool places to run those. We could go look at our new breach thing too. But yeah, we were working on some stuff somewhere else, but the map's just not loading that well. This is a cool place to start from, though. This is cool. If it's a Crimson Shores with not good level, I'd rather run it with like a 14. But this does give us access to down here, and I'm kind of curious what's over there. We can run a 14 here just to get through the savannah to get to this tower, the wetlands and beyond. Interesting. Nothing that's looking real juicy though, unfortunately. Gothic City with this? I'd rather get a breach in there. Do you guys struggle to pick what map to run? I feel like I definitely do. Let's go here so we can get to this. A crypt. When do you reckon early access ends? Not for a while. Probably not for a bit. Armor scrap is hard to come by. Save for endgame? Okay. You can always just make sure you're picking up items with quality, like superior items. I'm starting to hang and do some damage. That's good. That's good. TLDR, thanks, bro. You got it, man. Happy to. Thanks for watching, dude.
You won't escape.
We'll keep it rolling, man. Yeah, my stampedes are starting to do less damage. I don't really like that. I like to run around these maps and just one-shot everything, and sometimes it's not doing that, so I need to address that somehow. Not 100% sure what has changed, but... You know what I could do? It's an easy fix. Is we just don't do endurance charges on Stampede and we just give it damage. I think I changed some things about my talent tree where my mapping build is probably maybe even too heavily focused on AoE and not enough on single target dam. Endurance charges are nice, but they're not really necessary. Let me try a little something real quick. Let me just do a little quick something. So what we could do is we could put Break Endurance on Bone Shatter, which already does enough damage. Put Momentum back in there. Bone Shatter already does enough damage. It's got to get a little bit of Rage in there. Once we start getting our rage juiced up, we should be doing more damn. Back to that screen clearing AoE we love with Stampede. Boosh! Them Sunders are still looking pretty good.
I need more time.
These guys are elites and minions, though.
Fortune favors me.
All right. That little extra inventory is Titan inventory. Are they armored? They're evasive. Okay. Still. That does make them, you know, not get hit. So I still might want to do that though. I can just get endurance charges off of stuff. Bone shattering people, I guess. We'll see. Something bugged with your Cultist Great Hammer? Oh yeah? What's going on with it? Is it hitting the whole screen? Because that is the bug, I think. If you scale AoE and hit the whole screen, yeah. That's like something that a lot of people are doing right now. Yep. The Cultist Great Hammer little mini AoE scales with AoE effects. So yeah, a lot of people are using that right now as part of their build. I'm not doing that. I think that buying a good Cultist Hammer would cost a bunch, and I'm not going to spend a whole bunch of gold or a whole bunch of divines on something that I, you know, won't be able to use in a couple days probably. But hey, if they're like, you know what, we actually looked at it and it looks kind of more like old Bone Shatter and we like it and we're going to leave it that way, then like, okay. Log in, as they say, but yeah, I'm just going to keep doing my thing. Plus, I like my build. And if I wanted to do like a one-button screen clearing AoE that wasn't Stampede, I'll probably do the Earthquake thing. The short time to proc Earthquake. Oh no, I didn't mean to go all the way back to my portal. It's actually not really a great place to be. I'm looking to kill more demons. Rip. Oh. No. No. What's the Earthquake thing? That's another thing I made a video on. Theo, you gotta watch my YouTube channel, brother. you gotta catch up. You're missing some pretty cool stuff that you might think is neat. But there is a build that you can do with Earthquake where you stack reduced duration effects so that Earthquake is a duration skill, so it takes like a couple seconds for it to go off, right? That's its duration. So if you reduce the duration, it means that Earthquake goes off much more quickly, which is nice. So if that Cultist Mace thing does get nerfed and you're like, man, I wish I still had some AoE, that's one of the ways that you can go about it. You might like that. You just kind of press Earthquake and then wait like, you know, a second and then the whole screen explodes. Yeah. You can get it down pretty dang low. It does, so one of the ways to do it is, or maybe 2 out of the 3 things that you have to do are pretty nice. They're pretty chill. Not a big point investment. The third thing is a pretty big travel node. Or a pretty big amount of travel to get the node that you need. However, I mean, it is pretty cool, and I wonder if it would be good with 2 out of 3. Another thing that's really cool about that setup is that it also makes your time of need a really short cooldown too. So that is also awesome because time of need is like nice little healing, and it's also really nice for the debuff removal, right? Oh, here's the last 2 monsters right here. Get him, brother. What, dude? Evasive. What, Sam? Also, Leap Slam 1-button build? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You can do a lot of stuff on Titan. Come on, buddy. You can do a lot of cool stuff. You can get over 1k HPS easily with a 1-second time of need. I mean, it's pretty wild. Time of need alone is going to give you nearly, you know, the 1-second ticks, right? Bleed Hammer the Gods, that's kind of what I'm working on right now. I don't know, like, if I'm doing the build that people are doing right, but I do have Hammer the Gods with Bleed on it, yeah. I am doing that. Again, I just don't know if it's, like, the thing that people are doing, you know what I mean? It's kind of nice. That's kind of nice, too. Should try to exalt that and see what happens. Damn. Cool. It did roll Fizz. It's kind of a low one, but I mean, that's something that somebody could use to get started, probably, right? Oh, it's life on hit too. Wow, that's actually very interesting. I don't think it's that much damage, is it? That's not too bad. Life on hit is kind of cool, right? Stun build up. It's kind of neat. They're getting the merch. Yeah. So. This is what I did. I don't know what people are doing, but this is what I did. For my boss killing spec, I just went with the bleed here, a little bit here, a little bit of the bleed magnitude here, and then I have just 1 point in bleed here to make sure it doesn't like troll me and like 99% chance to bleed and then it like doesn't do it, right? Yeah. Gonna grab those close duration nodes for my Fire Titan help with sustain since the leech. Yeah, you have to do something. Yeah. Gonna have to do something. Alrighty, what's this guy?
What is it?
The Onslaught Hide. This thing wanna roll a big fizz? It decided to not do that. Kind of potentially something though. Plus 2 melee skills with attack speed and fizz. Dude, I gotta quit, gotta quit clicking these things with exalts. It's not worth it. Not worth it to me right now. We're kind of down bad on exalts. Don't want to be going too crazy. Gotta save exalts for my maps. Run them up. Why don't you go work out and then play video games? Where video games kind of like interfering with your life. The getting sober thing is great. But if I guess if video games were kind of like part of that, then yeah, you gotta be careful, huh? Don't want to be messing yourself up, especially if you're in a good groove at the moment, you know? But giving up the drinking is good. For sure. Alright. We need to exalt this guy up, don't we? Extra monster damage, though, makes me kind of like not want to roll more of it, just in case. Look at that. That's fine. Get one more. Let's do it. Okay, it didn't mess up my rarity, so guess we're just chilling. Guess we're chilling. Good deep into gaming and substance short follow-up. Yeah, I can't do it then. Can't do it then. Just want to say F it. Yeah, I go to the gym. Don't just F it, that's for sure. The steaming springs. It's not irradiated, so I don't think I'm gonna have to run a 16 on it, but do one of these. Quick steaming springs run. They're evasive again. I'm gonna see if I mind, because I like getting endurance charges off of Stampede, but that'll probably be fine.
Fear will best you.
We have a lot of accuracy.
A rarity.
Stampede is an ability that I press a billion times, so I do want it to do damage. You guys get these visual bugs too. Yeah, see, now it's back to popping fools. It's popping them.
I can't.
Kabloosh. It's freaky. Also, you swapped to Vulcan. Oh, cool, nice. Did you see that breach boss we did, Lance? Get that bad boy highlighted up. I wanted to do the build update video today. But, I do want to post those boss fights, too. Those are cool. You eat on stream? Okay, cool. Or you were eating, so yeah. A little while ago, I marked it for you. We just took out another, like the next level of the breach boss. So it was like a breach boss +1. Whatever that dude's name is, +1. Just blast this map real quick, take out the boss, and then we'll be out of here, and we'll see you guys tonight. I'm very happy we took that guy out. Any juicy loot? Not as juicy as the first time we killed him, but that's fine. We got the other book to make the breaches 40% more dense. So here in a second, we'll take a look at that density. Okay, well, ready to find my build on the YouTubes. You're in the right place. I have a bunch of videos about my build. Now, what's cool is that if you're just starting off, then I have like my build like updates spanning from the very beginning of my leveling process all the way until now, where we're 95 and still on the grind. But yeah. some of the early build stuff might be interesting for you as well. Although I think I can probably like safely make some recommendations at this point for like build pathing and stuff. It's just as my sort of challenges that I was facing with my character and my objectives changed, so did the build. Yeah, I do kind of miss those endurance charges, but we can always bone shatter people for them. I feel like I'm not killing things if I don't do that though. Again, for the map bosses, I don't know if I need to bring out the totem boy, but I should probably try it out. Let's go do the breach. Let's get some density up in here, boys. Let's get dense.
I'm not ready.
I want to go back over there though. Get dense.
I need more time.
Super dense, boys. Big density. Oh. Yep. Give me more demons. Is there no one else? Ugh. What are we doing? Okay, got 5 minutes. Gotta hustle. Gotta hustle and loot all this stuff. Try the huge earthquake thing? Yeah, that build looks really fun. I think so too. And I'm glad that you're liking it. There's a lot of things, like, there's a lot of classes to play in this game, but, I mean, there's a lot of Titan builds that I'd want to play more than I want to play in either class. Kind of still, not surprisingly, feeling that way. It's kind of how I tend to do it. Like in WoW, I'd rather play other, like, warrior builds or do warrior stuff than any other class anyway. Kind of the same thing here. What's up, No Guard? Yeah, man. Pretty awesome, huh? Yeah, if you can figure out how to make loot filters, it definitely helps out a lot. And PoE doesn't really offer you the tools to do that on its, like, the same way like a game like Last Epoch did, but yeah, man. Definitely one of those things that you'll kind of really benefit from. That's awesome that you're gonna try though, man. Good to see you in the chat, dude. Always looking for more PoE homies to hang out with, but I'm obsessed. I did play PoE 1 and loved it. This one is fantastic, though. Well, T13 ski, we'll just grab that.
I can't yet.
Is there something else on this map? No, it was boss and breach, and it was irradiated, but okay. So we don't have any other mechanics that we have to do. Just kill the rares and call it good. Could have seismic cried that guy. I don't think we need to though. Oh, the boss is up top. Okay, so we can clear this side and then we'll go to the boss after that.
Steel yourself.
What was he bleeding from?
A rarity and all mine.
What were you bleeding from, guy? Huh. Wasn't bleeding much. I don't think I hammer the gods them. There's this flash black screen to come. This right here is just part of the game. Yes, it is annoying. But they, you know, it's early access. They got some stuff they gotta fix. It's all good. Yeah, I don't think, I'll figure out where the bleed came from. It looked like an actual bleed. Maybe not, though. Could have been Ignite, yeah. But yes, this flickering, yeah, that's just in the game. They're gonna have to fix that. Bro? Brother? Happens on some maps. This one in particular, yeah. Yeah. Splat. Alright, looks like this is pretty much cleared out. Let's go kill the boss. I think I'll at least put on my second set, but I'm not gonna do the totem stuff, I don't think. I mean, I could, but... I think I can just kill the boss with my normal stuff, but... We'll at least do this, and maybe sort of switch out this thing. Kind of being a bit lazy about it, but I think we're okay. I think I should just be dropping my hammer on these guys instantly. Oh, okay, never mind. I was gonna see if I could get away with, oh, it's an evasive boss, too. Oh, can I get the bone shatter? Oh! I think I still can. She evaded it, though. Unreal.
I can't yet.
Alright. We also did an Infernal Cry right before we went for the hammer. That's okay, though. We're fine. We're fine, we're fine. That short-change so epic, yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
I've nowhere to
Alright,
keep that.
that's all we have time for now, boys. It is 1 p.m., which is calling it time during our, like, sort of... Our little baby boy is home from school holiday hours. We will be back in about 6 hours, though, to keep the games and gains grind going. A good sesh, though. Good sesh. We killed that big boss, so that makes me happy. And we can do some really crazy boss gear swapping for, like, big bosses, where we get the totem guy, Font of Rage, and all that stuff. But for map bosses, I'm pretty sure I can just swap to the bleed, and that's even overkill. And that's fine. But either way, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for showing love. Definitely take a second and, oh, I don't even think I released it yet. Let's release it right now. Take a second and go show some love to our wonderful build update video that should be live now. Let me link it in the chat for you guys. Build update number 16. It goes over kind of this version of the build with all of our, like, big old gear gains that we've made, and the bleed set up for bossing and that kind of stuff, which should be pretty cool. So everybody swing by that video, go give it a big old thumbs up. I would super mega appreciate that. Being able to stream and create content for PoE 2 is super fun, like dream come true kind of stuff. So if we can keep that going because of your guys' interest and support, that would be tremendous. So show that video some love, give it a nice comment, leave it a like, watch it in its entirety, and we'll see you guys later tonight for more games and gains. Peace.
Demons inside your head.